Welcome to the Michigan Interchange Noise Wall meeting. This presentation will provide technical and logistical details of the noise walls to be constructed as part of the Gordie Howe International Bridge project. There are four major components of the Gordie Howe International Bridge project. First, the bridge itself. Second, the Michigan Interchange to I-75. Third, the Canadian Port of Entry. And fourth, the U.S. Port of Entry. Each of the four components, the Canadian Port of Entry, the bridge, the U.S. Port of Entry, and the Michigan Interchange, are significant in their scope and complexity. Together, they represent one of the most complex infrastructure projects currently being constructed in North America. We are nearing the peak construction period, which will hit in 2022 and continue through 2023. During this period, 70% of all construction hours are anticipated to occur. A cable-stayed bridge will be constructed with 6 lanes, 3 Canadian bound, 3 US bound, and a clear span of half a mile with no piers in the water. There are 2 approach bridges, one on each side, and the total length between abutments is 1.5 miles, making this one of the longest cable-stayed bridges in North America. The main bridge towers will be approximately 720 feet high, rivaling the height of the tallest building of the GM Renaissance Center located in downtown Detroit. The bridge will also include a multi-use path for pedestrians and cyclists to walk or bike across the border. Use of this path will be toll-free. The U.S. Port of Entry, located in the Delray community of Detroit, boasts 167 acres, making it one of the largest ports of entry in North America once constructed. Buildings will make up close to 330,000 square feet and include inbound border inspection facilities for both passenger and commercial vehicles, outbound inspection facilities, and commercial exit control booths. The footprint allows for the installation of further technology and the addition of expanded border processing facilities. On the Canadian side, the Port of Entry is approximately 130 acres in size and includes over 130,000 square feet in building space. Tolling will take place at the Canadian Port of Entry, with 16 toll booths being constructed. Once constructed, this port will be the largest Canadian port along the Canada-US border and one of the largest anywhere in North America. Once constructed, the Gordie Howe International Bridge will connect directly onto the Michigan Interchange, also known as I-75. As part of the project, I-75 will undergo significant construction activities, including the demolition and removal of existing infrastructure and reconstruction of select local roadways and bridges. This includes 4 new road bridges, 5 new pedestrian bridges, widened roads at key intersections to allow transport trucks to make full uninterrupted turns, primary connecting ramps to and from the US POE, and reconfiguration of I-75 interchange ramps and service drives. This map shows the future configuration of I-75 in the area. Construction is underway and being conducted in phases. Phase 2 started in late 2021 and will continue through this year. In addition to the demolition and construction of the road bridges crossing I-75, work is also starting on the connecting ramps between the freeway and the Port of Entry. To meet requirements included in the final Environmental Impact Statement, or FEIS, Bridging North America plans to construct noise walls, traffic sound barriers, along 3 sections of southbound I-75 to help mitigate traffic noise for nearby residents. In 2009, the Michigan Department of Transportation, or MDOT, identified locations for the 3 sound walls to be built along southbound I-75. MDOT conducted a traffic analysis in neighborhoods along the I-75 corridor to determine if residents experienced traffic noise impacts. A computer analysis was used to forecast future projected traffic levels. MDOT also completed a more detailed noise wall analysis in those specific areas. Based on these activities, the locations identified for noise walls are Green Street to Waterman Street, Dragoon Street to Junction Avenue, Junction Avenue to Clark Street. This slide illustrates the noise wall that will be constructed from Green Street to Waterman Street. This rendering shows an artistic image of the noise wall between Green Street to Waterman Street. You can see the noise wall overlaps in some sections to accommodate the pedestrian bridge. This overlapping occurs along the noise walls where access to a pedestrian bridge or a vehicle on or off ramp is required. Noise wall 2 will be constructed between Dragoon Street to Junction Street. On this image, noise wall 2 is indicated in blue. You can also see a small section of noise wall 3 on this image that is indicated in yellow. We'll look more closely at noise wall 3 in a moment. This artist rendering of noise wall 2 includes the small section of noise wall 3 that I just mentioned on the previous slide. You can see the overlapping walls to accommodate the freeway ramp. Noise wall 3 is to be constructed between Junction Avenue to Clark Street. This artistic rendering illustrates the wall between Junction Avenue to Clark Street. All noise walls will vary in height from 10 to 20 feet. Going back to how the noise wall locations were identified, prior to 2009, MDOT performed a preliminary analysis of traffic noise in neighborhoods along the I-75 corridor to determine if residents experienced traffic noise impacts. A computer analysis was used to forecast future project traffic levels, and following that, MDOT completed a more detailed analysis for those specific areas. The locations of the noise walls are based on extensive analysis and MDOT's policy of feasibility and reasonableness. You may be wondering what a decibel is. A decibel is a measurement of sound. Loud sounds have higher decibels, while soft sounds have lower. For example, the sound of a food blender would be roughly 90 decibels if you were standing close to it. The sounds you may hear while standing outside in the country at night would be roughly 20 to 30 decibels. The noise walls will be built between the freeway and the service drives on state-owned land. They will not affect the sidewalks on the service drives. Where space is available, trees, shrubs, and grasses will be added where feasible. The noise wall heights will vary based upon the previous evaluation conducted by MDOT, ranging from 10 feet to 20 feet in some places. Walls will be made of precast concrete panels approximately 8 inches in width. The panels will connect to form a continuous noise barrier. The walls will alternate between shades of gray and a limestone pattern finish. Once constructed, the walls will become part of the interstate system maintained by MDOT. While included in the FEIS, adjacent property owners and residents have a role to play in the noise wall construction process. Residents whose properties are located within the identified noise wall areas and have shown through analysis to receive a reduction in noise of 5 decibels or more are considered to live at benefiting residences. Please note that your residents may or may not receive a 5 decibel reduction in traffic noise from a traffic noise wall. A vote by people living or owning adjacent properties is required to confirm the construction of the noise walls. In December, Bridging North America mailed a ballot to the property owners and tenants at the benefited residences adjacent to the noise walls, asking them to complete a mail-in ballot for each noise wall they may benefit from. The ballot asks for a yes or no on whether the person approves of the proposed noise wall construction. The ballots must be returned by mail in the postage-paid envelope that was part of the package and be received by January 21st, 2022. If you are not contacted, you are not considered to live at a benefited residence, although noise walls may help reduce traffic noise at your home. Unreturned ballots are considered as approval, or a yes vote, for that benefiting residence. Results of the vote will be sent by mail to those that received the initial voting package and will also be shared on the project website, GordieHoweInternationalBridge.com. This information is anticipated to be shared in late January 2022. Assuming a majority vote is received for the construction of the noise walls, noise wall construction will begin early this year, with each wall being built in sections. Noise walls are expected to be complete by the end of 2024 and will be maintained by MDOT as part of the interstate system. During construction, there are dust and noise mitigation measures in place, such as periodic watering, limiting vehicular traffic, flushing construction zones, making sure equipment is in good repair and complies with noise emission standards, providing ongoing updates to nearby residents and businesses about construction activities, and ongoing monitoring of both dust and noise in the vicinity of construction. Information on construction is available on the project website, GordieHoweInternationalBridge.com, and at the project's quarterly public meetings, which are currently being delivered online due to ongoing pandemic guidelines. In addition to the website and public meetings, updates are available on the project's social media accounts that are listed here. Please consider following us to stay up to date. This concludes the noise wall presentation. If you have questions, please reach out to us at info@wdbridge.com or by calling 1-844-322-1773. Thank you.